What up, what up, what up, man? The real Coach JB here for my second edition of Eye in the Sky Don't Lie. I'm going to break down some QBs today. Got a few good QBs to look at. Well, we'll see if they're good. I'm going to break that down. We got about 3 quarterbacks, high school level kids. We're going to check them out, talk to you about how to break down your film, how to present your film, and how to create the best highlight video for college recruiters so you can attract them and not deter them, because a lot of videos I'm watching, a lot of college coaches are going to move on to the next. You got to make sure your first few plays are attractive. We're going to dive into it today right here on the Eye in the Sky Don't Lie. Remember, every single day is an interview, and can't wait to dive into this one as I'm going to break down this quarterback chalk talk session. Stay tuned.
Because this is what it's all for. It's all about this. You play for this. No matter what level you're at, you play for championship.
Like I said, every day's an interview, and we're going to make sure that I find out, what does this cat know? There's always an opportunity if you understand somebody's watching you. All right. Let's get right to it. And you guys drop comments in the section below. Send me your videos, DM me, email me at thecoachjbshow@gmail.com. First of all, I'll comment on your video. I'll let you know what I think you need to improve on as far as a player. But before we get to your actual critiquing of your skill set, we're going to break down the critique your actual video. The highlight video itself is critical to the eyeball. The coach that's sitting here recruiting you, like I've said before, is looking at you in a very, 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 how can I say this? Objective manner. That means that we don't have a lot of time. We're going to look at you because, listen, we don't have a lot. We have a lot of other kids to look at, number one. And number two, the kids that we're pulling up, we probably already have a transcript sitting here on our desk, and we're looking at this transcript, and it meets the eye. So that means your transcript allows us to look at your film. So if you don't have a transcript, by the way, that's worth a shit and shows me that you can graduate, you can become an NCAA qualifier, you have made it eligible, yourself eligible to move on to the next level. Now we know we can watch the film. But if you don't have any grades, we're not even going to watch your film. You may have the best film we've ever seen. So just a little food for thought for all you out there worried about a highlight film. You better worry about a highlight transcript and get your damn grades right. Because without them, we don't even give a shit. We're not even going to look at you. We're going on to the next. If you're a high school kid we're looking at, we're moving on to the junior college level. They're going to be eligible to come on over to our level. If you are a junior college kid, you don't have grades, guess what? We're going to go to the high school guy. So you guys got to understand, you're always competing. And the eye in the sky don't lie. Every day's an interview. And make sure them grades are right first. Because if they're not, you're not going to get a fucking opportunity for us to even watch your film. Just be clear. We're not even going to watch your film. So I don't know if that's really stuck into your brain. So this kid right here, we know he has grades. We're going to break this down, look at the grades. We know we like him. We can get him in school. Our academic advisors have looked in. Compliance has agreed. Okay, the kid is eligible to come to our university. Now we know, all right, Johnny in this case, 2025 kid, is eligible right now. He's on pace. As long as he has no hiccups, he's on track to graduate on time. He's an NCAA qualifier. He's completed all the requirements that we demand, right? What is that, high school kids? What do you guys, what makes you a high school qualifier? What makes you an NCAA qualifier? If you guys do not know this, go find out. Go talk to your counselor. Make your counselors work. Make them go home at night with stuff to do. So let's make sure that we are very clear here. Your head coach is the only one that's open 24/7, 365. Your counselor is not. Your counselor goes home at 3 or 4 o'clock and makes coffee. Now, not a shot at all the great. There's a lot of great counselors out there who will take your call, who will grind for you, who will present you great portfolios and make sure that you're presentable for the college recruiter. There's a lot of great counselors out there, but there's a lot of shitty ones too. There's a lot of ones that just come in, punch a clock, and then go home. And there's a lot more of those than there are good ones that will actually stay behind, teach you how to become an NCAA qualifier, how you're going to take the test, ACT, SAT, regardless where you are geographically in the country. California, West Coast, more SAT. East Coast, down south, more ACT. That's just based on what the requirement are allowable and how those particular geographical areas work in education. Now, having said this, go back to the first question. Do you kids that I'm watching film on understand what it takes to become an NCAA qualifier? Because I go around speaking to all you guys and not one of you have answered it correctly. Not one of you have answered this correctly. How do you become an NCAA qualifier? What does it take? And everybody raise their hand. They think they know that nobody knows. Guess whose fault it is, by the way? You, coach. You, coaches, for not teaching these kids how to become an NCAA qualifier. It is your fault. Now, having said that, kids, you're not off the chain. You're not off the hook. Take your lazy ass, enabled asses, go on in and make the counselor earn her money, his money. Their job. Do it. See, coaches take the phone calls 2 in the morning when you got a girl pregnant or you got thrown in jail or you got arrested. Coaches take those calls. Counselors ain't. Maybe some good ones are, but a lot of them aren't. Principals aren't. A lot of these teachers aren't. I'm just being honest. So go in during their office hours, make them work. Hey, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, Mrs. Counselor, how do I become an NCAA qualifier? I'm a sophomore about to be a junior, and I need to understand because Coach Brown told me on a video he made that we have to have 16 core. We got to have a GPA that's on a sliding scale adjustable towards that core. Our core GPA has to match our SAT, ACT score. We have to have like a certain amount of transferable hours before our senior year, or we're just automatically ineligible. If we don't have 10 of our 16 core completed after our junior year, you know, we're not even eligible. Why has no one told me this? Like, go get these things from your counselor and the people and your coaches. Make them work for you. And coaches, teach your kids how to qualify. A lot of you guys do a good job. A lot of you guys don't. Teach your kids, because if they're just a piece of meat in the meat market, what are we really doing this for? For you to fucking win high school football games? Yay! Good job, coach. Too bad you haven't done anything for your kids. Too bad they're failing at an all-time rate. Too bad they're not going on to college. Too bad they're not fucking graduating. Too bad you're not getting new kids because your old kids aren't getting out. Just drop a little knowledge for you. All right, let's get to it. I got a kid I want to share with you. Quarterback. These are 3 quarterbacks I'm going to share with you today on this segment of Eye in the Sky, Don't Lie. Brought to you by CandidateCBD.com. Head on over to CandidateCBD.com. Use the promo code CoachJB. Get you some rippers. Coaches, you like dipping? Can't dip? Can't use tobacco on the sideline? Guess what? CandidatesCBD.com. You can use this. Cleanest way to dip there is. Coaches, go out there and get it. All right, CandidateCBD.com. Head on over there. I got to rock this Candidates hat, by the way, to Coach JB. CandidateCBD.com, Humboldt, California. Right here, all the coaches out there, you should be dipping. CandidateCBD.com. like I said, we got everything, every single color flavor. You got peach, you got mango, you got grape, you got strawberry, and now we got the blue raz rippers. Go check them out. The rippers are out now, candidatecbd.com. Check it out. All right, so on this segment of Eye in the Sky Don't Lie, we're going to break down the QB, and we're going to get into a kid named Johnny D. Blasio, 2025 recruit. Let's share the screen here. Here we go, right here. Eye in the Sky Don't Lie, as I break down film on all aspiring high school, college, and pro football players, if you haven't noticed. I just had USFL great quarterback Josh Love on the show the other day, a local Southern California prospect, San Jose State alum, NFL quarterback, been there. Now he's trying to get back there. Just had him. Breaking down a lot of different QBs. So slide into my DMs. I'll evaluate your film. Plus email me at coachjbshow@gmail.com, at thecoachjbshow@gmail.com. Eye in the Sky Don't Lie. Let's break it down. We got some little film on this kid. First of all, I like that it has his name and his classification. His year that he's going to graduate is right there. And it tells you sophomore season. All right. Fine. We can abbreviate. We understand what that means. That ain't going to be a big knocker. But all right. I like that your name is. We're going to go through every one of these so we're clear on what the pros and the cons and then the good and the bad. And we'll take that all together. Let's break down this film. Let's show the film. All right, first play. I always tell you on the first plays of things, make sure they are an impactful play. I want to say, wow, oh, shit. Hell yeah. Now I'm going to keep watching. Now I got the remote. I got the cowboy. And now we're going to keep watching this. All right. We're going to keep watching the film now because I got my laser. Because you have impressed me. Remember, first impressions go a long way, right? If you're dating a female, first impressions go a long way for her and for you. It's the same for a coach in football. Impress me from the jump. Because if you throw a fucking 6-yard hitch ball on the first play of the game, I'm probably moving on to the next guy. So make sure your first throws are either big-time throws or they're touchdown throws. I want to see them all in the first 10 plays. 10 plays should be nothing but touchdown. If you don't have 10 touchdowns, then you shouldn't even be sending your film out. Just throwing it out there, being honest with you. So let's watch this kid. Number 14 is a QB. A little jerk with his shoulder. Prefer him to lift his back foot up. But look, the kid is faster than everybody or he would have probably got caught, all right? Now, I want to break this kid down. First of all, I don't like the wide stance from the jump, all right? Number 14 sitting here is a very, very wide base. I don't like the base. I want a little bit more on your instep. I want to touch your pinky toe and your big toe. I barely want those two to touch the ground. The other three toes should be off the ground in your shoe. I want to be a ballerina on those two toes. Pinky toe, big toe. And you can't do that if we're this wide. We got to have a boxer stance. I want to be able to punch you, son. I want to get off my back foot and transfer my weight to my front foot like this. This fast. When you're this wide, how are you going to punch me if we're this wide? Can you punch me if I'm that wide? No. But if you're tighter and I can bounce on my feet, I can get out, I can get back, I can get out. Quick feet, light feet, and we want to make sure we have smart feet. Too wide of a base is a bad no-no. We want to be a little tighter here, all right? We want to tighten that up. Now, right now, first of all, I want to break this down from, let's see. I want to break this down right there. I want to get our lead shoulder. So understand, our lead shoulder is our shoulder is opposite our arm. That means where our nose is going, where our face mask is, where our shoulder pad is. Our lead shoulder for a right-handed QB would be our left shoulder, okay? So if our left shoulder is my lean shoulder, lead or lean, you can use either word. I use both. I want to lean my lead shoulder down. I want to put my face mask on my lead shoulder. Why? Because when we get our lead shoulder in the air, like this young man has his lead shoulder in the air, what does it do for your back shoulder and throwing mechanics and your arm? It makes you deliver a football upwards, which is called supinate. We don't want to have our thumb and our pinky in the air. We want to get our thumb down and what we call pronate. We want to pronate. If you guys don't know these big words, go learn them. I want to pronate. I want to get my thumb down. I want to get my index finger to my shoe, and I want to rotate that ball. Right here, when we're up, we're going to be supinating, and that means the ball never rotates, it never turns, because our lead shoulder should be down. Get our face mask on it. Our face mask on it will be great. And people tell you, oh, you can't see. Bullshit. You telling me that I can't see right here and I can't see right there? You got peripheral vision, right? I can see enough and I can feel everything. So I want to have our lead shoulder down, mechanically tight and fundamentally sound. And I want to be able to lean into that and throw it, and that ball doesn't sell on me. This is one reason why this ball is late. If I was grading you and watching your film, understanding you are a sophomore, I get it, but this ball is late and you should be on your front foot, a little tighter base. I want you're too wide and you cannot, and now we have the ball way apart from our body. So this defensive end that's screaming around the corner, that is a strip, fumble, sack waiting to happen. We want to protect the football. We want to have it between our titties, in our sternum, between our titties, and make this backside defensive end put a hole through your chest to get the football. See, when we expose the ball, now we're fumblers, and we're turning the football over, which is the #1 cardinal sin of the quarterback's job description. Do not turn the ball over. Protect the football. Ball security is job security, quarterback. So keep the ball here until you're ready to throw, and then we're going to punch the wall. We don't want this elongated long motion out here because guess what? Your feet, your base with your feet are so wide that is allowing you with your lead shoulder up, and now you have to cock the ball back, and now our arm is away from our body, and we've exposed ourselves, and now we're asking for bad things to happen. So, tighten up your base, tighten up your lead shoulder. Let's get our lead shoulder from here to here, which will tighten our base up and move our feet up the pocket. You have a good pocket here. Now we can climb the pocket if we're not ready to throw and make a good throw. But let's watch this lead shoulder, why that ball was pushed, and good ball, good touchdown, but it's not a great ball, and it's not a ball that's going to move on to the next level, because of the fact that that ball is sitting here on this receiver instead of here. That is the finite detail from high school sophomore to a big-time college recruit, college football player. We have to have that ball thrown open. We have to throw that receiver open. Ball should be face mask through the numbers. What do I mean by that, coach? Face mask through your numbers. You have a jersey number, you have a face mask. That ball should drop between the face mask and the numbers, 3 yards outside between the hash and, between the numbers and the sideline. That ball should have been thrown between the numbers and the sideline. Let's see where you threw it. Inside the numbers. See, if you throw the ball outside the numbers, between the numbers and the sideline, no defender out there can get it. But that safety that's inside coming from the hash, he has a chance to get that ball if it's thrown any more inside. So it's not a very good ball, but listen, you're a young kid, you're a sophomore, you threw the ball pretty decently. If I was watching your just arm strength wise, I'm not overly impressed right now. You're a sophomore, but you did get it out there. The ball took a minute. I saw how you pushed it. I also want to add a piece to this right here, right there, your off arm. Right here, when you're throwing the football right now, your off arm's holding here. I want you to slap the back wall and then turn that hand down and get what we call pronate. I want you to slap the back wall and get your base tighter and get that lead shoulder down. And I want you to put that index finger on your left kneecap. So that means I slap the back wall and slap my kneecap with your throwing finger. If you can do that, you'll start to get more body transfer, more weight transfer, more pronation instead of supination. Go look those words up and be quick, don't hurry. Great quarterback terms that I love to use. Now, also, I want that back foot to drag along the grass. I want you to drag the grass with your big toe. I don't want you to get your back foot off the ground. Why, coach? Because when we get our back foot off the ground, okay, I want to make sure we're clear here. When we get our back foot off the ground and we're throwing here and we get our back foot off the ground, do you realize what that does? If my back foot's off the ground like this, push me, coach. Push the quarterback, coach, when his back foot's off the ground. See how weak he is and how unbalanced he can be. Now, if I drag the back foot, I am balanced. Then coaches that are coaching your kid, give him a little shove while he's dragging that back foot. You'll see how much more core foundation he has on the ground. But when we lift that back foot up, we are now making that very, very accurate ball inaccurate because we're now off balance, one foot on the ground, instead of having both feet on the ground, lead shoulder down, use the face mask, pronate, get this thumb down, index finger to your off kneecap, and drag the back foot while you slap the wall. It's like, isn't it a joke? Karate Kid, wax on, wax off is almost to a T what we want to teach the Q. So, boom, what do? Sock the wall? If I'm in a boxing match and my feet are so wide, I can't reset. If you hit me, how am I going to reset and re-hit you? I can't. So we want to get our feet tighter. So now we're boxers. Now we can transfer our weight. Now I can sock you, slap the back wall, drag the back foot, and get my lead shoulder down. This ball is face mask through the numbers, and it is a touchdown without question. Here, though, we have a guy on the hash whose ability to get that ball possibly from you. So get that ball between the sideline and the numbers, face mask through the numbers, and you'll be a lot more successful. All right, let's get back to the big screen. All right, just a little breakdown, thorough breakdown that no one else in the country will give you. So that right there, I want to drag that back foot, son, and make sure you're dragging that foot, pronating, transfer the weight. Now, is this your best second play? All right. So you come out in 10 personnel spread, play one. All right. Let's just be clear what we're doing here. Let's be clear what we're saying here. You come out and spread 10 personnel and throw a fade ball inside the numbers. Play one. Play two, you're sitting in here in wing T or power I, no receivers. And listen, if you're going to come out and show athleticism on a boot naked, because we know you're better not hand that damn football off, right? We'd shut the film off. But we know you're going to probably run some type of play action, boot naked, something. So now we're seeing you in two completely different offensive sets, which is not a huge issue, but you better come out and show me some fucking, whoa, he's a freak. You boot naked a cat, defense in your face, you stiff-armed them, you hurdled them, and then you threw a dime for a touchdown. I don't want to see you boot naked here and come out and not do something incredible. So I'm asking, is this your second best football play? Because your first play you put on there better than your best football play. And if it wasn't, then you're sadly mistaken. If it is your best football play, what is your second best football play? Is this it? A fucking non-touchdown? It better not be. I'm just giving you a little piece of advice. If I see a touchdown after this, I'm going to be pissed off, and and as your coach, as your high school coach, he should understand he's failing you right now because he should be there with you building this. Hey, son, you go build it. Bring it back. I want to watch it. And if I saw this as play 2, I'm not letting it leave my office, coach. Because is this your second best fucking football play for your quarterback that you're trying to market and get a scholarship for? If it is, then you shouldn't even be making this film yet for this youngster, man. So let's watch number 3 now. Now we're back in a little bit 11 personnel. He's got a guy beating down on him. Tucks it and run. That's the 3rd best football play that you have. A fucking 6-yard scramble. Come on, coaches. This is the best football play we got. A 6-yard scramble. I mean, no way this can be the 3rd football play on your docket. There's no way this can be the 3rd football play, best football play on your highlight reel. This is your resume, son. This is your resume, quarterbacks. Coaches, what are you doing? If I saw this on the 3rd job on my resume, then I'm not hiring you. Is this your 3rd best job that you've held? It better not be. So if this is the 3rd best football play on your highlight reel, I'm moving on to the next quarterback. I'm not going to watch anymore. And actually, that's what we're going to do. We're going to move on to the next quarterback because we don't have time to watch that play right there. We don't have time to watch that no more. We don't have time to watch it no more. We now have to move on to the next quarterback. We have to move on to the next quarterback. And I'm going to make an example, okay? I'm going to make an example real quick. I want to make an example real quick of this young man. And I'm not here to put you down. I'm here to stand you up. But you got to understand, put downs create tall people. I don't know if you realize. I don't care how many times you get knocked down. How many fucking times you going to get up. So I want to watch this 4th play. The 4th play, he throws a switch route. We call it a streak switch route. 2 guys swapping hashes, numbers. And he throws this ball. See, this is going to get you. See. Here's the issue. You got passed on, and we didn't get to see this ball. For a sophomore, not a bad ball. You throw the ball in a hash, your scissor route, gets the ball over 2 defenders, makes a catch. Hold on. This got to be a teachable moment, so I'm not going to shit on you. Let's watch a little bit more. This should have been play 2. Okay? This should have been play 2. Play 3 should never be on your film. Don't even put that play 3 on. Let's take it off. Play 2, this should have been it. All right? Doesn't have to be a touchdown, but it would prefer to be. But you're a sophomore. You threw a switch route over 2 guys, and he dropped it in the bucket. All right? That should have been play 2. Now, let's watch play 5 because I'm concerned because if play 5 is getting better, then your coach should be fired, and you got to learn something as a young man because you only know what you know, that this play should be taken off. You don't know how to run whatsoever. You're not being coached up how to run. You're not being taught how to run. If you are the quarterback and the franchise of this particular high school, you are getting badly, you're getting misled. You're getting coached up in a manner that's not conducive for sustainability. You're not going to be able to sustain your high school career. You need to understand, slide, because you're not very fast. You're not very athletic at this point in your career. You may blossom and become a much better athlete. I see it all the time. But you're going to never get to your junior year if you don't get your fucking ass down, son. Slide your ass. Coaches, get a baseball coach to come on in and teach their ass how to lift that back leg up so it don't get stuck in the turf on the cleat and drop his ass and slide his ass on the turf. Can we please start coaching every aspect of the game? You either coach it or allow it, coach. So let's get this kid right. And He's a tall, lanky kid. Looks like he's got, you know, some mechanical flaws we could fix down the line. All right, play 6 is a outcut hitch. Play 7 now is back to power eye. Throws that. If that's a touchdown, son, I'm going to be pissed off. And it basically is a touchdown. That should have been play 2. Then you throw the switch route. That was not a touchdown, but it was a better ball. Play 3. Take the 2 runs and the fucking 5-yard out route off your film. Take it off. Here we go again, back in 10 personnel. I see an identity crisis by the coaching staff. We don't know what fucking offense we want to run, so we're going to brutalize this kid and put him in fucking power eye, 10 personnel, put him in everything. So let's hurt his recruiting as much as possible. Good job. All right, here's back to 10 personnel. It's really 11 with a tight end out in slot. All right, here we go. With a little 10 personnel doubles. We're going to throw a little curl route with a little hitch stop, floating exit route, pivot route, whatever you want to call it. Lucky the backer don't hang or it's a pick. But he takes 2. Quarterback understands that he takes 2. Good job by the young Q standing in there. Throws the curl route in between the ref, the hash, and the numbers. The curl route actually saved the quarterback from being intercepted or picked. The curl route should get a lot more credit than it's deserved here because he's staying right tight to the numbers but working inside the defender and makes it a void for the quarterback to throw that ball in there. So good job by the wideout. That probably should have been replaced by that ball right there, and that play, I think your name's Johnny, should have been replaced with one of those 2 runs and the 5-yard fucking out route. All right, here we go. Stand in the pocket tall. Lead shoulders got to work. Fuck, son. Now you're pissing me off, Johnny. What the fuck are we doing, Johnny? Now you're throwing 2 ball darts over backers' heads for touchdowns. Don't you think I would have wanted to see that? Play 2 or 1? How about play 1? That play right there leads off. I would have put that as play 1. And then the touchdown play 2, the bad ball that was thrown inside, the first play we broke down, that should have been play 2. Play 3 should have been the switch route. Play 4 should have been the dump tight end or little post route for the touchdown. And then take the 2 runs off, take the 5-yard out route off, or put all that shit on the end if you want to make your own personal highlight with music on it and all that, like I did in my college career. Put the hitches and the shitty runs, put them at the back. All this shit never was seen, son. No coach saw these plays. You took too long putting them in there. I already moved on to the next quarterback, which I almost did to your ass because I don't have time either. I got shit to do too. So understand, that ball should have been 1. This is a good job, teaching job, good lesson. That's why I'm doing this series of Eye in the Sky Don't Lie. So all you not only coaches can drop your egos at the door. I'm not here to bash you or to get you fired or talk shit. I'm the guy without the coaching job. I'm just trying to teach coaches how to be better ones. Let's get our young kids to the next level. And it starts right here. This is their resume. Their transcript, obviously, right, is their entry exam. And this film is their resume. So let's make it as good as their transcripts, or I wouldn't be watching the film anyway. Let's watch a little more. Let's watch a little more. Now you're pissing me off, little Johnny. But you only know what you know. So good job. I like you, man. You're a sophomore. There's a lot of things I would fix. But, hey, fuck, that should have been, okay, not a great ball, late. Better DB probably picks it or bats it. But you gave your guy a chance, okay? You gave your guy a chance. Number 1, you gave him a chance. He got up and went up and caught it. And number 2, it's a touchdown. Why isn't this play 4? How many touchdowns did this kid throw? I don't know, but we're going to break it down. If he threw 20 touchdowns, it better fucking be 20 touchdowns from the jump. That should be your first 20 plays. Coaches, players, I don't understand why this is leaving the office like this, unedited. Why is this not clipped correctly? Why are we allowing our kids to get passed by when we have shitty film? You think Nick Saban has 7 hours to look at your shitty first 4 plays at quarterback? No, he wants to see bang, 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 bang. Pop out at me. Oh, shit. Now I'm saying, oh, he's a sophomore? Okay, cool. Nick Saban's not recruiting this particular kid, Johnny, but guess what? The next guy can learn from this kid's mistakes on his film editing. All right? So let's clean it up. Let's figure it out, and let's get to it. All right, here we go. Backside, all right, you show a little poof over him. Again, wide base. Another good ball for a touchdown, man. Come on, dude. This play should have been number 1 or 2. Backed up in the red zone. Got some poise. Got some nuts and guts. Now, if that's a touchdown, son, I'm going to – all right, was it a horrible fucking filmer? Can we get better filmers? Whoever – first of all, that should have been played maybe 3 because guess why? All right, we're done watching your film. We're done watching your film. And listen, I'm not going to watch it all because it may get me more mad. Here's the thing. That play that we just saw from the end zone copy of you backed up running play action, which is a horrible play call by your coach. But guess what? It showed you got some nuts and guts, poise. As a sophomore, you didn't rush the throw. I would have liked you to throw it a little more on a line, right? Johnny, we want to get this kid the ball as fast as possible, especially that could have been a 99-yard touchdown. You could have had the longest pass in school history. But we put some air on it. I understand. Things happen. All right. Number 2. That should have been a play that was early in your highlight film to show you have some poise, you have some nuts and guts, that you could stand back there and understand you got a clock in your head. These are things coaches want to see with a quarterback. You didn't just turn around and fucking blindly throw it. You had some nuts on you. That's huge. Why am I waiting for play 10 to see that play? I needed to see that play right from the jump. There's a lot of things you need to edit. You need to take these plays and move them around. All your touchdowns in the beginning, okay? Please. It makes no sense to me. Why would you not want to show touchdowns? Like, I don't get it. Why would you not want to show touchdowns? It's like if you were showing off to your boys on how many baddies you have in your phone. Are you going to show the big old fat ugly girl first? Or are you going to show the dime piece? Come on, man. You got to get better on the filmmaking, man. It's got to get better. This is a young sophomore, Johnny De Blasio, out of Hillard, Ohio, Davidson High School. Coach at Davidson, I appreciate what you do. Kudos to you for coaching and doing this thing and continue to coach through the tough times we're dealing with. But God damn it, Coach, we got to get these kids' highlight films much, much better and get out of fucking power eye in the red zone coming out, will you? All right. Let's move on. Let's get on to the next. All right. Sophomore kid again out of Fleming Island, Florida. Recruited a lot of good kids out of Fleming Island in that area. This is Sebastian Broughton. All right. Out of Fleming Island. Let's get into him. Now, this is going to, I'm gonna show you right out the gate. This is the first thing that popped up. Now understand something. I want to be clear. This should have your name on it, your season year, sophomore season. This is your sophomore year because I saw your main highlight on Huddle, but it should be on this right here because this is the film that you have as a highlight. It needs your name, your height, your weight. I would put your GPA on it and your ACT and SAT score on it. Put all that shit on there because right here it's like, who's this kid? What if you throw a dime piece and I'm super impressed and I'm like, fuck, who is the kid? Come on, man. Every day is an interview. The eye in the sky don't lie. So let's make sure everything is visible for us. Easy. You guys are so enabled now. You guys want instant gratification, right? You want a scholarship without doing shit for it, right? That's what you all want now. So why wouldn't you want this to be captured quickly by the coach? You all want this shit, then make it easy for us too. So let's watch the next one. Here we go. Fleming Island, Florida. I like your base, not too wide. Got a decent arm on you. See, that's better. I got a touchdown from the jump. That's a better deal. Mechanically, are not too much different than the last kid we watched, Johnny. I like the base right there. If your feet were to stay that far apart, more of a boxing stance, I could see you getting out in and out. But then you're going to spread the shit out of them, and you're going to launch this thing. I want your lead shoulder down. If you listen to the last film I broke down, I want your lead shoulder more down. I want to get that face mask on your shoulder. I want the face mask down, so I'm not this way. I want to be throwing the football this way. So get from this shit so the ball goes up in the air for 8 days. We want to get more here so we can transfer the weight. We can get the ball out more accurate. Body's under more control. We want those things, all right? But you threw the shit out of it. You threw it 50 yards in the air almost, 48, 47 yards. Not bad. Touchdown, though. All right, little option read stuff. Ball security, job security, put the ball away. See, this kid's a better athlete than the last kid, obviously. He got walked down, but late he scores a touchdown. So he goes, 60, 70 yards. There we go. Now we're seeing a little athleticism. This kid's running triple, and, he's clearly faster than everybody out there. He's in Florida. The talent there is a little bit probably more athletic than in Hillard, Ohio, even though Ohio's got some dogs. This is a little bit talented. Now we're watching a flowed film. Now we're watching a film put together a little bit better. This is much better film work here because now I'm watching the film and I don't have to rewind it. Now he throws a little post route dig. I like the ball. I'm putting you on my radar, son. I don't like the mechanics whatsoever. But now we're throwing touchdowns. See, this is great. I haven't seen any of this film prior to this right now live, but we're seeing action. He's scoring. He's throwing touchdowns. He's giving his team a shot. He's only a sophomore. I would be starting to put him on my big board, knowing that I'm going to call his coach, and I'm going to say, listen, son, hey, coach, we need a lot of things happening here. We like the kid, but we got some issues with his delivery. We want to get him out of the hand grenade delivery. See, right there's a little better. I like that. When you're deliberate, you throw the football quick, you look a lot better. When you're sitting right here like this, tuck that ball, son, put it away. That right there, when you think, the ball gets elongated, it gets away from your body, you take forever. When you got to throw right now, you're snapping that bitch. You're getting it out of there. He's controlling traffic. He's telling people where to go with the football. He's throwing it. This is a decent highlight film for a sophomore kid. I'm just going to tell you. And he's showing all aspects of his game. He's showing all aspects of his game. If he scored that, shit, I love it. He scored. That could have been a play earlier in the deal, but I like the vibe here. I like the transitions, delivery wise. Got some mechanical work to do. We got to work on some mechanical things. Bring your butt to California before it's camp, and I'll coach you up. But you're doing a good job, man. I like what you're doing. I like what your coach has done with you as far as building this highlight film. You're a young kid. You can scoot a little bit. You got some poise to you. You have a natural it factor. All these things are popping up to a guy that's been doing this a long, long time. And I like the fact that you're controlling the offense. You have a feel for it. You know where your guys are. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to put you on my radar as a sophomore out there in Florida because I really like what you're doing. I love the feel. He probably dropped it, so you cut it quick. Good. Nice. Get it out. Little RPO play action. Good. I like don't inch up towards the line of scrimmage. Stay your butt back there. But I like that you know where you're going. Listen, I like what I see. I like that you give players chances. I like your it factor, your feel, your poise, your athleticism. I don't know how big you are. Maybe 6 foot. I got to check it out. If you say you're 6'1", you're probably lying. I've been doing this too long. You're probably 5'11", 6 foot maybe. I got to look. I like you a lot, man. You might not even be near 6 foot. I got to check it out. Yeah, I don't like you to lose your mechanics. Stop dropping your elbow on your side. Keep your platform high. Stop dropping it and trying to be quick and pretty. Kyler Murray, you not that. Let's be clear. You're better. So look, this is great stuff, man. This is great stuff. This is a good job on making a highlight film. This is concise, precise. It's right to the point. But put your name on it. It says you are how does it say your height? Let's see. I put your height and weight on there. I don't know how tall you are. 5'10"? How tall are you? 5'9", 5'10"? Yeah, I want to see your measurables. Put your measurables on there. I see your picture. You got your arms spread out. Your arms look pretty short, to be honest. I wouldn't do that. We don't want. Don't give us anything. Don't give me an indicator on your down. Your how do I want to say this? Not downfalls, but I don't want to see your measurables before you're 17. I don't need to see them. So don't show us. If we come in and I want to shake your hand and look at your arm length, cool. Don't offer it. Don't offer it up to these coaches. They are like, they're going to just say, screw this. What if he took you off the board right now because you showed him your arm length and he don't like it? And he don't realize, well, you're 15 and he forgot to write you down. And then 2 years go by and you wonder why you're not being recruited because these guys talk to each other. And now you've been blackballed basically without really being blackballed. Get what I'm saying? Don't offer us anything. Don't offer us anything until we come see it and ask for it. Only thing you need to offer is good film and a fucking transcript that allows you to come to college. That's all you got to offer. And a good ass report from your coach on your character, from your counselor, from your community, because I'm going to check it all. So if I get a good report from that, don't offer shit. Don't put your hand up. Don't do this. See how much longer my arms are than yours? I don't want to see short arms on a quarterback right now. But I do realize you're 15, so I'm going to take a note. Boom, boom, boom. So a lot of guys aren't me, though, dog. They're not going to do that. So just be clear. But, hey, we all live and learn. Hopefully you can get something out of this. And I like your film, Sebastian. I like your film. And keep grinding. And we'll keep growing. All right, keep growing. You'll be all right. All right, third kid here real quick. We'll get through one more. Sophomore again. How about that? 3 sophomores. All right, so we don't know your name. We see your completion percentage, which is not very good. 110 for 244, 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns. All right, so listen, the stats aren't going to pop off at me. I would not put those stats on here. Take the stats off. The stats aren't good. Now, if he was 190 for 244, or if he was 200 for 244 and 2,200 yards and 27 touchdowns, then I'd be like, all right, I'm going to watch this. Right now, you're hurting yourself. I may not even turn the film on. Why would you show well below a 50% passer and not impressive touchdowns? And if you're only throwing for 1,100 yards on 244 attempts, a lot of bells are going off. So let's take that off because you may have a lot of upside. I might be looking for you as like, oh shit, he can throw it, he can spin it, but he's not being coached up, or he's in a bad system, or whatever it may be, or he needs to be coached up. I can see some things, but don't show me stats that are bad. It is, remember, perception is reality. So don't give us anything. I'm giving you free game here. All right, let's watch your film a little bit. I like your height. I like your suddenness. You got a little suddenness to you. Now, if that's your best football play, is that your fucking best football play of the season? Is this your best football play? It better not be, and I don't think it will be. So let's not show a 5-yard dump pass, son. Okay? Let's show the 7 touchdowns. See, you showed me you had 7 touchdowns, and the first play is not a touchdown. Ding, 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 ding. I'm on to the next player, man. You can't tease me and then not show me. Don't work like that. We don't have the time. So the first play should have been one of the 7 touchdowns. At least we can see, all right, does this kid have an upside? Or I've already shut this film off if I'm recruiting you, son. I'm already shutting it off, and I'm moving on to the other 6,000 sophomore quarterbacks I have to evaluate. Do you understand? Does that fucking sink into you guys? You're not the only thing going. I'm recruiting 6,000 kids across America. Understand. Come on, man. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to tell you the truth so you can get better. I need to see the 7 touchdowns. Why do I want to see you fucking dancing around? Then you almost threw a pick. At least put that play 1, even though it's bad, shitty ball. All right, let's see 2. Probably a touchdown. Why did I see a 5-yard fucking dump pass play 1? I want to see touchdowns. I want to see big-time plays. I want to see throws. I want to see this type of stuff, okay? I want to see this type of stuff. So, you know, more action like this. Yeah, I want to see this type of stuff. Get out of a play, all right, bad play, sidearm 1 to the sideline. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see that than what I've seen so far, all right? So, look, you got some work to do. I would have skipped you and moved on. But having said that, now you understand you saw a you saw a bad highlight film with not a so bad player. Player was decent. I liked the first sophomore, Johnny. Then the second kid, Sebastian, spelled fucked up. I liked him a lot as a sophomore. I would recruit him. But having said that, his film was much, much better than the first film as far as editing goes. And then the third film was probably the least talented of the 2 and probably more athletic than the first kid, but not as good as throwing the football and needed a little bit more mechanics, and he had a horrible film. I don't want to see a dump pass. I don't want to see I want to see touchdowns. And then you showed me your stats. It already deterred me. 7 touchdowns, under 50% completions. Bad business. Now, why am I telling you this? So you don't do it. I'm giving you free game. That's why I'm doing this show. So make sure you guys become members. This will be on my Patreon. Exclusive content only after the first few YouTube free snippets. After that, this is paid only. This ain't free, dog. I don't give shit away for free. This is paid only. You got to pay to get this greatness because ain't nobody else giving you these gems, son. I'm just telling you right now. So appreciate you guys. Pound that like button, subscribe, become a member today of my YouTube show, the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. Also of my Patreon, because I do have a bunch of football teaching tapes, coaching tapes, and all different things on there. So I appreciate you guys, man, and I will see you tomorrow for another Eye in the Sky Don't Lie, as I'll be breaking down the running back position. All right, man. I appreciate you guys.